We bring you Ask the Mayor. Although this morning, no mayor today. We're going to be spotlighting more on street work and on garbage collection. We welcome in our head of the street department. We want to say good morning to Jason Moore. Good morning, Jason.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Absolutely great. How about yourself?
Doing well. Good to have you in this morning. Going to look forward to finding out, getting some updates and status reports and some projects that are going on. Have you had a busy summer for you?
It has been. It's been a busy summer. We've had a lot of jobs that were here and there. We'd start something and kind of get pulled somewhere else, and then we'd kind of start to do something else. So I can say that we've done a lot. It's been a weird summer, I guess, if you will, because I can't say that we've got a lot of asphalt done or a lot of concrete done yet. But we've still got plenty of warm weather to get them numbers up.
We've had some pretty warm, humid days. How are your guys handling this? Are they doing okay?
They are. You know, the city's got a really nice program on where we've had a fundraiser in August where if they donate money for a special. This year it's the backpack program, I believe. They donate some money, they get to wear shorts, and so that really for the month of August. So the guys they're pumped about that. So it kind of helps them stay cool, I guess, if you will, during August. So, but other than that, the guys are holding up well.
Was there any one major project that you did maybe over the summer, or was it just a lot of combination of smaller projects then?
Well, we had the Grant Street culvert that we had about 22nd Street. That was on Tributary 44. It was a 72-inch squash bottom, and that's a culvert that's kind of ovaled. It was about 60 feet long. The bottom of it had rusted out across the whole length. So we had to go out and pull the concrete back roughly about 40 feet across the top of it, go down to get it, pull it out through some head walls, and leave the head walls in place. And so without disturbing that and disturbing the drainage, normally I would have thought 2.5 weeks we would have had it done just because of the size of it. Well, it's just been such an abnormal year because of all the rain. It ended up pushing us to about a month on that project, and that really hindered us by getting a lot of the other projects started and going. So, but we got it finished. It looks great, and the guys did a tremendous job on that. And so we're off into the guys are right now. They're kind of mowing, catching up on some mowing, and we've got some more concrete work that we want to get done. We did a little bit there last week, right before school started on 19th. We were able to get a spot over there taken care of. We got a few more spots here and there that we're going to work on concrete for a while, but it's been a busy summer.
Yeah, you were able to get those streets open before school started, weren't you?
Yes, sir.
Got that. You mentioned the rains. Yeah, the whole summer has been interesting, the weather. Has that been a little frustrating for you or not?
It has when you're trying to get things done and you want to be able to pour concrete or you want to be able to try and do some dirt work. I know the farmers have been loving it. The crops show, but when you're trying to get things done and you got a culvert that's, that culvert was about a 7 or 8 foot deep hole. It was 60 feet wide, and we had to take the pumps out and pump water out of it. What seemed like about every other day. One day you'd pump the water out, you'd let it dry out. The next day you'd try to start doing something. The next day it'd rain, and you'd have to start all over. So.
Yeah, I will say my lawn loves this weather, this nice green, all the rain that we've been getting. Can't complain there. So.
Definitely there's a lot of green out there.
One of the things that the mayor and I have been able to chat about here over the last few programs is some of the work that your department's been doing on the armor coating. You kind of got a different thing this year, didn't you?
Yeah, we moved to an expanded shale product. It's a product that the Department of Transportation has been using for some time. When I was with the Department of Roads prior to 2014, it was a material. It's an expanded shale product. They started using it then, and it was a product that I had been around and seen, but we had never really needed it because gravel was a product that we had used here with the city, and it was with our gravel quarries that we have, or gravel pits that we have so close. It was always easier for us to get the gravel and have it meet state spec. Well, the last couple of years, meeting state spec has gotten harder and harder with the gravel. The gravel material would come, it would have more sand in it. And when you have sand and you're trying to do an armor coat, the sand will soak into that oil faster than the gravel will, and it doesn't leave enough depth of oil for the aggregate to actually bind, and then you end up losing a lot of material. So we were able to go to this expanded shale product that the state uses, and it really pulls into the oil. It does. Very little waste when we go to sweep it off. The life of it is going to be very comparable to gravel, and it has a very nice look to it.
It does have a good look, doesn't it?
It does.
But yeah, I know because some folks have commented like, "Hey, where's the rock? Where's the gravel at?" Yeah. But that's not the case now. You don't use that now.
No. This material will, I believe, we'll take a look and we'll evaluate it when we come out of winter, what it looks like with the plows. Mm-hmm. After seeing the state using it for years, I know it'll be fine. And I honestly anticipate us using this moving forward.
So when it comes to using this here in town, about how many blocks did you end up using it then for? Can you think off the top of your head?
Oh, we had to have had, we had 6 or 8 on market, and we had, we probably had, all in all, we probably had a mile or a little over a mile, a little over a mile. So probably in that 13, 18 blocks range somewhere altogether for armor coat.
And I noticed they've been doing a little striping here just recently.
Yes.
Have they?
Yeah, the guys were out this morning. We were able to finish our painting this morning. The guys came in early. We're able to get parking stalls and some dash lines, a couple more stop blocks at crosswalks on the truck route painted this morning before the traffic really jumped up. And so we were able to use our Onyx seal that we use. That is another type of a product. It's the black product that you see on some of the roads. We put it on, I believe we used it on the truck route, and a little bit of Market might have got it. Some spots on 7th Street got it. And so that is a product that really works well on an asphalt that hasn't got ruts, it hasn't got a lot of cracks, but it's starting to see where the surface is starting to oxidize, and so you're starting to see it fade to that gray color to where it's losing some of its aggregate on the surface, but it's really still in pretty decent shape. By putting this Onyx seal over the top of it, it's an epoxy seal, and so it will seal off the cracks and add a little bit of an aggregate back to the surface again. And so it's a little cheaper than an armor coat, and it'll last quite a while for us. You were
telling me before the program that for us who, when we travel 77, they've been doing some work on 77. That's the same stuff then?
It is.
They're doing there, only a different color.
It is. From what I was told, they had that material come in from a Colorado mine, a Colorado shipment, and our material that we get, I ordered that from a location in Kansas City. So it's just different parts of the world.
Okay, all right. So what's on the drawing table then? We're almost into summer here, Labor Day around the corner. What's on the drawing table then here on the plans for the fall? Any other projects that you want to try to get done before the winter sets in?
Well, the contractors are just now starting to finish up with the mill and overlay projects that we've had. They were able to finish 10th Street from Court Street South, I believe, all the way down to probably the Perkins area. And so they were able to get that. It looks really nice, a mill and overlay that we did. We also had a stretch on Grant Street between 14th and 16th. The ADA ramps were all replaced, and we had that milled, and that should be, I'm thinking today, they're moving over to Paddock on the west side. That's a long block over there that they're going to mill and replace with asphalt as well. They'll redo the ADA ramps there as well. And so with that, that'll be the last of the contractor work that we see. We are still looking at some of the contractors working on the 5th Street parking, where they're changing that between between Court and Ella. They're lengthening the parking stalls a little bit to help with traffic moving up and down that one block. And so you'll see a little bit of that going on, maybe a little bit on the South 4th area between Market and Court. But with the street department, we're going to try and get some more concrete patching done. I know I was talking with my foreman yesterday, probably moving into the Belvedere area. We've got a bunch of spots down there that we'd had marked out. We're going to probably start working on them, continue on the mowing, and if we have any asphalt, I know we have one spot on 7th south 8th, I think it is, that we want to get down and we want to get taken care of before snow. So it's crazy to think snow when we're still August, September, but when you're on the construction side of things, we really have to start looking at that a couple of months out. October, I'll start ordering blades for the snow plows, getting everything ready to go and in, and make sure that my rock salt has been getting delivered here every day. So for this winter, and so we always order that in July and August. So.
You have any left over from last year?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Last year was a very good winter for us, and so we were able to hold a lot of the salt back.
Yeah. 5th Street looking pretty good. I saw the cones up this morning as I came to work, but what they've done so far, it looks pretty nice.
It does. It does. The guys are doing a really nice job.
Yeah. All right. 8:41, we'll take a break, come back, have more with Jason right after this on KWBE. 8:43 KWBE. It's our Ask the Mayor program. We're featuring Jason Moore from our street department this morning as we talk about different projects that are taking place around the city. I know it's the budget discussion time for the city council. For you in the street department, are you looking ahead for next year at some major projects that you want to get in the budget at the moment, or are you still in the discussion stage?
No, we are always looking ahead. James Burrows, the city engineer, and myself, we're always looking ahead at projects that we would like to get done. We've got a lot of our asphalt projects set down, generally our 1 and 6. Anything past year 2 is we're kind of just putting things out there, knowing that we need to get it done. We're kind of putting a place on it so we can plan on dollar amounts. The Lincoln Street projects will probably continue for us, and we'll have some of our money be going to that moving forward. But we're always looking at mill and overlays as well as how to utilize grant money coming in and what it can get done for us.
How do you determine what areas need that mill and overlays? I mean, do you kind of depend on the general public calling in saying, hey, my street's not very good? Or do you and your staff go out, do a little surveying? How do you determine what parts need to be done?
James has got a program that he likes to do. He has a program that actually will drive over the roads and it records the surface of the roadway. And then I'm a little more old school. I actually look at things as I'm driving over all of our streets through the year, and I make notes. We'll put them down and look at, this block to this block and kind of get an idea about what our expense is. And then I look back at how much money we may have left for that year after we have concrete reconstruction or armor coats that we already have spoken for, and get an idea about where we're at. It's all about balancing a checkbook. You know how much you have left, and you kind of look to try and find a project that may fit block wise and what you can afford. And
obviously, nothing's getting cheaper. Prices are always going up, right?
It is. That is for sure.
Yeah. Staff-wise, how you doing on your staff with these guys out doing the different works, trying to wrap things up for this fall? Are you at full staff?
We're not currently. We do have one opening right now in the street department. It's something that is a change for us. We've been full staffed at the street department for quite some time, for years, in fact. And so, but we do have one opening at the street department right now. If anybody's interested, they can always stop at City Hall or look online and get an application for that. But we do have a great group of guys. They really are a jack of all trades, everything from asphalt, concrete, and snow to mowing and whatnot. So, but it's a really good gig, and the city does take care of their employees really well.
And you've had some of those folks on for a while, haven't you?
I have.
Long term.
We do. We do have a very good staff with the street department that have some very good tenure.
All right. I want to kind of switch gears here a little bit. As far as garbage collection and landfills and such, I know Mayor Morgan has kind of kept us up a little up to date on how things are doing with the new landfill. Why don't you give us a little status report on how things are going on that new project?
The landfill's looking really good. The new landfill, we call it SL1, South Landfill Cell 1. And so they were able to put out, the cell itself is roughly 6 acres across the floor of the cell. It's just massive when you stand and you look at it. And I look at the area and I think, wow, we're going to be putting garbage in this. It's huge. But they were able to come in and get our geocomposite liner down, our GCL, and then we've got our HDPE, which is a high density polyethylene liner that they also put down over the top, and it's a hard plastic, black plastic, and so on those really hot days that we had, the workers were out there laying all this black mat down, and so but everything got put in place. It was all welded in, and the contractors are layering a 1 foot layer of clay over the top of that right now, and that will be our third and final layer that goes down in the bottom of the landfill. They are also working on the maintenance building and the scale house. The previous or the current Boswa landfill, right now we have our scale house has one scale in, and so sometimes it gets to causing backups. So the new landfill, we are having a scale in and a scale out, and so that should speed up people in and out and really help with the flow down there. And so the concrete drive in is complete. The building has the metal girders going up right now, and so it won't be long, and we'll really start to be able to see a building there for the maintenance side. And my guess is in the next month, you're going to be able to see a scale house up and probably the scales getting installed. So we're looking at probably the first part of November, starting to be able to put material in there.
Okay, so we are just months away then from the official opening then of the landfill then.
Yes.
I want to, I don't think probably the general public doesn't realize what it takes to construct a landfill. I mean, you were talking about the black, the black material, the clay. I mean, this is an extensive project, isn't it?
Oh, it is. There are very few landfills are constructed. So with that being said, there are very few contractors out there that do this. And so with us being able to find the contractor that we have, and we've had previous experience with him, being able to have this contractor be able to come in and work in this area, people have to understand that we started talking about this landfill back in 2016. When we were talking about whether or not to do a transfer station or to do a piggyback area on the current landfill. But we knew that this day was coming, and so we've been planning on this for quite some time. Engineering, planning, permitting, wells, under the groundwater wells around the perimeter, all of that's been going on for quite some time. 2000 maybe 18, the street department planted 400 trees down the west property line, cedar trees, and along the south property line of this landfill, with the anticipation that when the landfill does come in, we would need to have established trees around the property line. And I'd like to say that probably 95% of them have made it, and they look really nice. So that was planning has really paid off with that one.
So then, as you look at early November, the old landfill, then what happens there?
The old landfill still has a little bit of life in it,
okay.
But we are well above the tree line for elevation. And so what I look to do is move into the new landfill. So we will still probably use the current scale house. Just if the new one isn't 100% ready, which it may not be, we will move people across. We'll put garbage into the new landfill that doesn't have 2x4s or doesn't have dirty loads, you might call it. Something that may have some metal or some long 2x4s in it. It always scares me about putting garbage into the bottom of a liner that may shove down through the plastic. So anything that looks like it may cause problems, we'll put it into the current landfill. We'll put it up top. Anything that may not blow, shingles and roofing material of any kind at all, any sort of construction material that may be dirty, that cannot go into our construction and demolition site, we would look to put up top. That way I don't have to worry about the wind blowing it all over. And so we'll put that up top on the current landfill, be able to utilize all of the existing airspace that we have in the current landfill before we start putting everything into the new one.
Okay. Staff-wise, are you going to need more staff with the new landfill or not?
No. We run the current landfill with 5 people. Tracy's my office manager down there. She takes care of everything, and I've got 4 guys out on the crew. One of them manages the compost area there, and the other 3 are in the landfill. So it works out really well.
Compost area, will that stay?
Yes.
Stays right where it's at.
Yes.
That's not moving then.
No, it's not. No. The compost area stays where it's at, and it'll continue to do exactly what it does.
Okay. We'll take one more break. We'll come back and wrap things up with Jason. It's 8:52 at KWBE. It's 8:54. We're in our final few minutes here with Jason Moore. We appreciate him taking time out of his schedule this morning to stop in and fill in for the mayor this morning as we talk about different projects that are going on. And we were just chatting that as we get into the fall here, that will be wrapping up, grass collection and such. Might want to keep that in mind as we get ready to watch the leaves fall and wrap up our mowing, right?
It is. And we do have the yard service, yard collection, yard waste collection, and we do provide the 96-gallon totes. That has been a great thing, I guess, a great product for us to be moving out. We have the red tops for our garbage, the blue tops for recycling, and our green tops for our yard waste program. Before, the guys would go out and they would have to pick up those totes, and they would be quite heavy with wet grass, and I knew it was going to cause a back injury. And so by moving to the green tops, we were able to utilize our automated side loader and run around and pick it up. So we've got approximately 170 stops scattered across the city. And so the guys will go out every Monday. They pick that up and get that taken out to the landfill. We drop it off the compost site.
Does that number surprise you? That many folks that need that service, or did you expect that?
I really wasn't for sure how the new totes were going to be accepted. Some people don't have the room in their garage. Some people, they just weren't for sure, but we would look at some of the people out there that would have 6 or 8 containers of grass, and they weren't for sure at first. And then we put a 96 out there, and they realized that, wow, it does hold a lot of grass.
Yeah.
And it's nice because they don't have to have all those containers.
It does save some room there, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
And the recycling, you said, is going well then too.
It is. Recycling is really going well for us. The blue tops have been very well received. We still have the recycling location down at 3rd and Ella Street. And so the guys continue to service that. And we just keep right on just going along.
Overall, garbage collection has really grown for you, hasn't it?
Yeah, Mars has been an extremely valuable service, and it's been extremely welcomed. We continue to expand our rural service. We have stops everywhere from near Hollenberg, Kansas, on the state line, Odell, near Alexandria, Dakin, Western Tobias. We're a few miles from Dorchester, 3 or 4 miles north of Crete, the Sprague Road, all the way over north of Firth, east of Sterling. And so we have a very large rural service area, and we also come down and pick up Crab Orchard. So we do have an extremely large Monday through Friday rural route.
And you got enough drivers for this?
It's been very interesting at times. We've been short for a while. We are, over the last 2 weeks, we are currently fully staffed. We have 9 drivers and 5 throwers. And so for us to be full staffed is a godsend for me. I've driven a garbage truck quite a bit over the last few months because of short days. So to be able to go in and have a fully staffed crew has been extremely welcome.
Well, you driving, that only means that you're a boss that has walked the walk then, haven't you?
I have. I've been on the back of a truck. I even showed the guys that I could do that. I've thrown twice, and I told myself that something major was going to have to happen for me to do that again. And so, but I have driven a truck quite a few times, and really, I don't mind it. I really don't. It just, it makes you a little shorter at the end of the day trying to get things done.
Well, with the rural routes that you have with the Mars, are you looking at even expanding more? Is the possibility out there to even getting more of that route more here?
That's the plan.
That is the plan.
That is the plan. My job with Mars is to expand Mars and have it feed the landfill as much as possible. And that's what Mars's blueprint is, to feed the landfill, to bring in as much revenue and garbage to the landfill as possible. And so in years past, just some of the areas that did not come to the landfill that currently do: Odell, west of, let's say there's rural Dakin, Western, in the Tobias area, Alexandria area, some of the rural Dorchester. We have ROCA addresses that are north of Crete. And all of the area around Crete, we have Sterling area, Firth areas, all of those, Crab Orchard, none of that garbage ever used to go to the landfill. And so Mars has expanded outward, and all of it currently comes to us. And it's funny because one of our previous mayors, Dennis Schuster, used to always talk about the landfill's footprint, and where this is our area, and we have to try and expand this area if we're ever going to try and make more money. Well, with Mars, we've done that.
You've done that.
We've done that, and we've been able to provide rural service to countless people.
A lot of containers out there, aren't there?
There are.
And a lot of miles being put on those trucks.
A lot. Yes, there are.
All right. Final thoughts this morning. Anything else before we let you get back to work here this morning?
No, I'm nice to see some dry weather, and hopefully it sticks around for a little while.
Well, we got a little chance of rain. They say 40% chance tomorrow night, but I think that might be it then for a while. But although there have been days where there hasn't been a chance of rain, and then we get a heavy shower, so who knows?
I hear you there. Some cooler temps next week will be nice.
Yeah, we're going to be in the 70s.
Yes.
Is that going to be welcome for you and the guys?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Jason, thank you so much for coming in this morning and visiting with us and sharing your information with us here on Ask the Mayor. I do appreciate it.
Thank you.
This is KWBE Beatrice. Our time is 9 o'clock. It's time now for your latest news from ABC.